I can find out where you're from instantly by what you call this piece of headwear. To us over at Dive-In, it's called a tuque, but if you're French Canadian, it's pronounced tuque. Whether you call it a beanie, a toque, or a knit cap, it's a piece of soft headwear that protects your brain from the cold. It's been worn for eons by every manner of civilization, particularly those in cold climates. It's quite important to Canadian history, being the choice chapeau for the Patriot movement during the Canadian Civil War. Call it what you will, but in Canada, and for the purpose of making this video not confusing, this is a toque. Canadians, how do you spell toque? Put it in the comments below how you think it's spelled. In 2013, CBC Edmonton did a poll on what you call a knitwear cap, and the results kinda surprised us. The top 3 answers were variations of the same word. We only thought there was one way to spell this, but the poll is right. Canadians don't have an official spelling for our favorite hat. The English majority West spells it tuque, while the largely French population of the East spells it tuque. You know, that is actually the spelling in continental France, so it's right on their brand. Then this lukewarm letter waster comes around, and listen, I know us Queen's English speakers like to add U's to words that don't require it, but tuque doesn't need an extra U, it's fine as is. Speaking of fancy tuques, it's undeniable to say that borbly ball on top is called a pom-pom, but why the heck is it there? What purpose does a big ball of yarn on top of your head serve? Well, we did some surface level research, and it was revealed that it's a protection mechanism for sailors in the Navy. They would venture into some pretty tight spaces with low ceilings, and this protects the top of their noggin from getting a good shiner from a low-hanging beam. Some other suggestions on a Reddit thread about the whole pom-pom debate mention that finishing a toque tends to get a little sloppy at the top due to the shape. A pom-pom is a great way to hide any imperfections. Another comment mentions that it's a cute way to use up spare wool. Regardless, the pom-pom has long outlived its function and is now a Canadian icon. Back to its ballless cousin, the humble toque. Toque is actually a word, but it's usually only used to refer to ladies' hats with a long cone shape that drapes down on the shoulder, or a chef's tall white paper hat. How this Canadian yarn version officially adopted the word toque is a mystery, but from what we gather, the knit cap was worn by ladies in the cold and became so ubiquitous and useful that men started using it as well, and the term stuck. It's really odd that a hat of this importance wouldn't have a definitive spelling, but perhaps its importance is reason enough. And while Canadians are divided in the spelling, they are united in their love of the toque. Sorry for the short episode, longer ones are coming. Meanwhile, leave a comment down below on what you think the spelling of this hat is. And if you don't call it a toque, what do you call it? Does anyone call the whole hat on a ball thing a pom-pom, or is that just me? Thanks for watching.